KUAM TV 8, your broadcast home for the games of the 31st Olympiad. Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, proud sponsor of FestPac 2016, Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion, IP&E Fueling Excellence, McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, Pacific Solar and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Coming up on your primetime news, a 5-year-old girl has died after being hit by a car on Thursday.
An appeal has been filed blocking the renovation of Guam's public schools.
And also tonight, Gura is giving the Hemlanis 1 month to clean up its act for its Section 8 tenants. Good evening, Guam, and Hapaday. Some somber news tonight as the little girl that was struck by a car while riding her bike across a busy intersection in Minilao has passed away. Police have identified the 5-year-old as Carly Jean.
According to witnesses, first responders were quick to the scene and conducted CPR within moments of impact. One of the men to help was a Minilao man who was making a quick trip to the store. He paints a clearer picture of the events that unfolded. Crystal Paco reports.
Manila resident Dennis Nakamoto had seen them before, a 12-year-old boy and his little sister riding their bikes in the village. The last time he saw the duo was Thursday morning on his way into the store. When he came out, the boy was alone.
He looked at me and he just had this dead look in his face and he was like, my sister just got hit by a car. And, my heart just stopped. I was like, what? Where? And he pointed towards, the Oriental kitchen area. And I immediately just drove back into the stall and I got out and I said, you know what, let's go. Throw your bike in my trunk and, get in my car. I'll take you back there. And we got into the car and, he's still crying.
Nakamoto used his phone to call the boy's mother. She
just started screaming and, I just told her, where we were at. And she said, I don't have a car, but I'm going to run there. I'm right up the street.
Nakamoto could see the 5-year-old girl lying on the road, a group of men surrounding her, conducting CPR. He also could see her bike, still wedged under the car.
According to the boy, he saw it. I asked him if he saw it. And he said he saw he told her to wait in the middle, the turning lane, because there was no cars, I guess, going northbound. But he said he did see a car going southbound that was picking up speed. I was going pretty fast, and he had yelled to her to stop, stay right there, stop, wait for me. And she just kept going. And he said he saw the car hit her. He literally said he saw her like up in the air. Thank God he didn't run her over.
According to GPD Highway Patrol Division Field Supervisor Officer Franklin Perez, the girl and her brother were riding towards the gas station and not using the crosswalk, which he estimates was only 200 feet away.
She made it past the 2 northbound lane, made it into the median lane, and was struck on the inner southbound lane. So yes, she crossed 3 lanes already.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Highway Patrol confirms the case remains under investigation. As for the girl's parents, he says they have not yet forwarded the case to Child Protective Services.
In other news tonight, police have identified the driver in the fatal auto pedestrian accident in Dededo earlier this month. 23-year-old Eddie John Camacho was driving a Honda Accord when he struck cyclist Eric Bell along the Micronesia Mall intersection in the northern village. Bell remained hospitalized for 2 weeks before he died as a result of complications from that incident. GPD says no arrests have been made at this time, with the case remaining under investigation.
The Guam Police Department is investigating a case involving a 7-month-old baby boy left in a car in the parking lot of the Department of Revenue and Taxation this afternoon. According to police spokesperson Captain Kim Santos, at around 12:15 this afternoon, a man had walked into GPD's Highway Patrol Division office located inside DRT and reported that he saw a baby in his car seat inside a Toyota RAV4 in the parking lot. He said the infant was crying and sweating profusely. The officers went outside and found the child. The windows were slightly opened. The parents were also located. They were a 21-year-old female and a 22-year-old male. The baby was transported to GMH where he was treated and released. Santos says the case remains open. No arrests have been made at this time.
Well, not once, not twice, but 3 times in total, the $100 million deal to rebuild Simon Sanchez High School in Jigo, as well as renovate other campuses, is again on hold, thanks to an appeal from Cortec International. It's our latest update with Isa Baza.
It's not just $100 million on the line, but also the lives of thousands of children who would be impacted by the deal that could rebuild and renovate dozens of Guam schools in desperate need of renovations. But that deal is once again on hold after opposing bidder Cortec International filed an appeal with the Office of Public Accountability late Thursday afternoon. For those in the community banking on this deal, many are disappointed. Jigo Mayor Rudy Matinani and Simon Sanchez High School teacher Andre Bainum.
That's one of my concerns, that they can stall it again for another year or 2 years, and the kids don't deserve that. The community don't deserve that. We deserve a new school, and let's just move on and get it done.
Our kids here at Simon Sanchez need this. We've been asking for a long time, and it's 6 years later or 7 years later, and it's still in the same position. This is just how business is conducted on Guam. They want their piece of the pie, and the rest of the people, they could care less how long we wait or what's happening to us in the interim.
Cortec's recent appeal cites similar grounds to 2 previous protests filed with the Department of Public Works. These include claims that the highest bidder, the Guam Education Facilities Foundation, should not have submitted 4 new proposals. GEF's final proposal did not comply with technical requirements, and bonding requirements should not be modified. We should note both of Cortec's previous protests were found without merit and denied. GEF Director Phil Flores said he's also disappointed.
But Cortec wants to delay this, want to fight it, they want to get the contract, which we were awarded fairly. The Attorney General's office was fully participating in the whole process, RFP process.
He said the fact that the appeal was filed in the final hour of the final day shows that Cortec is purposely delaying the procurement process.
There are several other bidders on this. I mean, other bidders besides Cortec. I don't see any of them protesting. I don't see any of them backing the appeal because they know it was done fairly.
Although KUAM reached out to Cortec attorney Joyce Tang for comment, she had yet to respond as of news time. The OPA has confirmed a hearing officer will be assigned to the case. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
The man who allegedly attacked a police officer at Hemlani's apartments earlier this week is charged in court. The officer was trying to control the crowd when V.K. Katzen struck him in the head with a metal and plastic chair. Katzen admitted to attacking the officer, who was treated for minor injuries to the head and face. He was booked and confined.
Section 8 inspectors from the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority visited all the Hemlani-owned apartments today following incidents at the aforementioned Harmon property. GOR Section 8 Administrator Norma Nicholas says inspectors did not inspect the individual family units, but rather took a look around the exterior of the buildings. She says deficiencies were found, notably with issues over trash and exposed electrical wiring. She notes there were no life-threatening violations found, but did inform the property owners that if the deficiencies were not fixed within 1 month, GOR can withhold payment or terminate its contract under the Section 8 program.
The Hemlani apartments in Harmon, in the meantime, aren't only facing issues with crime, but also with environmental violations. According to Guam EPA Acting Solid Waste Administrator Glenson Nicholas, the apartments have received at least 2 notices of violations in the past. GEPA launched its latest investigation into the property just this week and will be issuing another NOV for solid waste violations. These include dumping of white goods, discarded furniture, tires, litter, and overflowing trash in and around the property. So Nicholas said the NOV will likely include 4 violations over 2 days, which could amount to a fine of $8,000.
All right, the time for a commercial break is upon us, but you want to know about tax refunds, right? Right, so stay tuned. We'll tell you after this.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, Streaming Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens, it's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust, it's a beautiful, who we can always count on, and the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need. It's a beautiful day. Wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
At IT&E, we take a different approach when it comes to data. We give you more 4G LTE data for less. Right now, take advantage of our 30 gig plan for just $50 a month. Yep, 30 gigs of 4G LTE data for just $50 a month. With 30 gigs, you get to do more of the things you want without worrying about going over your data limit or being throttled down. Download more, stream more, chat more, share more, do more with IT&E 4G LTE data.
Hot summer cool deals only at Triple J Auto Group. Receive a free $500 Kmart gift certificate with every purchase just in time for summer spending. Get unbelievable deals in remaining 2015s and all new shipments of 2016 models. Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $98 per paycheck and used cars as low as $85 per paycheck. Get pre-approved instantly at triplejguam.com. Triple J says yes. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Areas for.
While it's known for its views, the site has become notorious for all the trash that we caught piled from corner to corner all the way down the cliff line today.
It has been going on for a long time. We'll clean it up and then we find it, trashed up again, as soon as the next day.
A sign for sale of private property is placed at the entrance by Maruhan Corporation, Guam. We called the number posted where we were connected to the law offices of Bill Blair. The attorney is representing the corporation, but is off island at the moment. Rivera is researching the property owner with the help of land management and revenue tax. And while they take measures to take care of the problem for now, she also has this message to the property owners.
We want to let the company know, the owner, that they're the ones who are liable. They're the ones who are going to be cited. So, this is to help them out as well.
She's also asking for the community for their help as well.
I do ask that the neighbors around continue to join us on our neighborhood crime watch. Dumping is a crime. There's fines that are put in place for the illegal dumping.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
Guam Environmental Protection Agency Land and Air Division Administrator Conchita Taitano tells KUAM News that they are working with the Tamuning Mayor to address the illegal dumping. She adds that the EPA has not issued any notices of violations to the owners yet. Taitano says the Jones Cliffline property is on their list of sites for review, But with only 2 people on staff to conduct investigations on solid waste complaints, it's more of a scheduling issue.
For the 4th straight week, about $1 million in tax refunds were paid out. However, it still only covers a portion of refunds filed up to February 9th and some prior year returns as well. Revenue Tax Director John Camacho says 181 checks were sent in the mail with less than 100 checks for prior year returns that only recently cleared. The Department of Administration has been stuck on paying out all February 9th filers for weeks, as they also have to pay out prior year returns first.
We got a somewhat disturbing story for you from Barragata Heights, as federal agents are investigating a bomb threat called into the Papa's restaurant this afternoon. U.S. Marshal for Guam and the NMI Frank Leon Guerrero says the bomb threat was made at around 12:20 this afternoon to the restaurant on Airport Road. KUAM has learned that a retirement party was being held at the time. Several dignitaries were evidently in attendance, including the congresswoman, a federal judge, justices, senators, and military and local officials. The retirement party was for the wife of the Supreme Court of Guam Justice. Leon Guerrero says no one attending the party was a target, and we are told that the threat may have been called in by a disgruntled employee.
Legislation has been introduced that would allow for the installation of devices which are capable of taking still pictures of license plates of cars running red lights and other traffic violations. Bill 342 establishes an automated safety enforcement program for major intersections on Guam, as well as a new schedule of traffic fines for those caught. The measure was introduced by Senators Jim S. Baldon, Frank Ross Jr., and Frank Uggan Jr.
The Guam Police, in other news, could see the largest promotion of cops in nearly 2 decades as the governor signed Bill 309 into law. That new law, authored by Senator Brett McCready, allows GPD to use funds from the Public Safety Vacancy Pool Cost Account for the promotion and recruitment of new officers, along with having GPD conduct a police training cycle for at least 40 candidates each fiscal year, beginning in 2017. In reaction, Police Chief Joseph Cruz thanked the governor, lieutenant governor, and the senator. He added the new law presents police officers with the opportunity for upward mobility and will allow for further growth through the hiring of more officers so that the community can better serve and meet the needs of the community.
In other news, island leaders paid tribute to Guam Housing Corporation President and former Commissioner of Dededo, Martin Benavente, who passed away last weekend. During a state memorial service at the Guam Legislature, childhood friend and DISID Director Ben Servino delivered the eulogy, speaking highly of Benavente and how many of his colleagues looked up to him with respect.
I learned a lot from my buddy Martin. I learned how important strong work ethic is and how remaining positive can help get us through life's biggest challenges. He was a great mentor, and I thank him for guiding me and empowering me to be the person that I am today.
Last respects will be held on Saturday, June 25th from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. with Mass to follow at 12 p.m. at Santa Barbara Church, upper level in Dededo. Benavente is survived by his wife, Nikki, 3 children, and several grandchildren. He was 66 years old.
Our condolences for KUAM. Martin is a very, very nice man. He will be missed. Well, please stay tuned, everybody. Sports is on the way, and later we show you how another school has graduated at the head of the class.
1 week ago, I watched TV, so I saw some kinds of show where I noticed you. You were so beautiful, and I said to myself that you're the only one, and I'm in love with you. Oh, you, yeah, I'm in love with you, and I just want my dreams to come true. I'm in love with you. Oh, you, yeah, yeah, I'm in love with you, and I just want my dreams to come true. Yeah, I'm in love with you, and I want you to know all my feelings to you.
Our summer clearance event is going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Now through Monday, every new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, and Hyundai in stock is priced to sell. With huge rebates and incentives, the time to buy is now. Like a new Hyundai Accent starting at just $11,995. Or a new Jeep Renegade starting at $24,495. Thinking used? Shop our huge inventory of quality pre-owned vehicles online at CarsPlusGuam.com. Don't miss out. Our summer clearance event absolutely ends Monday. Get to Cars Plus on Route 8 in Mighty today. Cars Plus, driven by you.
You know the rules. Eggs and sausage, hotcakes and butter. morning fare, right? Well, McDonald's has thrown away those rules and opened a new world of possibilities. Now you're free to start enjoying the breakfast you love anytime you wish. No way. Yes way. Introducing McDonald's new all-day breakfast menu. Once you changed how you ate breakfast. It's time to start changing when.
This is how Precision listens. Bose microphones that hear engine noise, then counter it with the sound-canceling frequency, which helps make the cabin so quiet, you don't miss a thing.
Night, Dad.
Good night, kiddo. See you in the morning.
It's called Active Noise Cancellation, and it's available in the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
Off today, Guam. Chris Barnett with sports on this Fiesta Friday. Woo! Let's kick things off with our Dow Rent-to-Own Athlete of the Week. All right, we're here, Mungie Town, Manila, Dow Rent-to-Own for Athlete of the Week presentation. And this week, our Athlete of the Week from the Guam National Women's Soccer Team, the Masakata, Angelica Perez. Angelica, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And now from Dow Rent-to-Own, my man Paul with a special message for Angelica.
Thanks, Chris. Angelica, congratulations on your selection of the Dow Rent-to-Own Athlete of the Week. Who would you like to donate this check to?
Island Girl Power.
All right, there you go. Great organization, Island Girl Power, of course, empowering the women. And let's talk about soccer and the young girls. How has soccer changed your life? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you've been playing for many years. And what message do you have for, young girls out there who may be thinking about getting on the pitch?
Soccer has taught me discipline in a lot of ways, both on and off the pitch. I recommend that girls get into the academy, the National Academy, and that's by GFA. And then after that, they could start getting into the national team programs. I believe we start at under 14, under 16, and then under 19 and the women's.
So how many years have you been playing soccer?
I've been playing since I was about 8, so 17 years.
Oh, showing your age there a little bit, Angelica. So you guys are getting ready to go into the EAFF E1 championship tournament, and Masakata, the Guam team, you guys are the favorites. What's the mindset of the team? I know that this is a different squad this year. So are you guys still working on gelling and the chemistry?
Yes, definitely. We have the camp right now, so that's where we're going to work on how we play together and what our coach wants to see from us.
All right, and any predictions for the tournament? I know you're pretty humble, but you've got to be riding high going in as the favorites.
Humble but confident, so we really hope to win by, at least 2 comfortably. We really hope to win comfortably.
I got to ask you, what's it like going into this tournament under your new coach, Mark Chargaloff? I know he's a very easygoing guy, easy to talk to, and what kind of approach does he bring to this Masakata squad?
Mark, he's very experienced, especially having coached the men's, assistant coaching the men's. And I know he watches a lot of soccer too, like professionally. So I think he has great outlook on the modern game.
All right. So we talk about, soccer and how long you've been playing and the young girls out there. And what kind of benefits do you think young ladies can, achieve and gain by playing soccer?
Well, everyone wants to go to college, I hope. So you could really help your family by getting a scholarship, both academic and athletic.
Well, there you go. Definitely a positive role model for the young women out here on the island of Guam, and we wish you best of luck going into the tournament, Angelica.
Thanks so much.
And once again, on behalf of my man Paul, you come through here, Dow Rent-to-Own in Manila or any other locations. They've always got some great deals going down for our Athlete of the Week presentation.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by
Guam Premier Outlets holding a kendama preliminary qualifying event Saturday from 1 to 3 near the Nike store. In order to compete in the finals on July 2nd, you must first qualify. Kendama players ages 5 to 26 and up are welcome to join. Level 1, 8 and under. Level 2, 8 to 12 years old. Level 3, 13 to 16. Level 4, 17 to 25. And Level 5 for the grown and sexy, 26 and up. Ages 16 and under, winners get gift certificates, while players age 17 and up will receive cash prizes. Shouts to last year's winner in the 17 to 25 age group, Russell Cruz from Dedito. And, of course, the winner in the 26 and up category was our very own Chamerican Ninja, Billy Navarrete from Jigo. 26 NBA draft. Let's do the top 5 picks. Number 1 pick going to the Philadelphia 76ers, Ben Simmons, 6'10", 240-pound power forward from LSU, just 19 years old. Second pick, Lakers, Brandon Ingram, 6'10", small forward from Duke, 18 years old. The third pick going to the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown, 6'7", small forward from Cali, 19 years old. Number 4 pick, Phoenix Suns, Dragan Bender, 7 foot 1 inch, man, that's tall. Power forward from Croatia, just 18 years old. And the 5th pick, Minnesota Timberwolves pick Chris Dunn, 6'4" point guard from Providence, 22 years old. All right, Guam, you guys have a great weekend. My name is Chris Barnett. Thanks for watching. Adios.
The spring cleaning event is on at Nissan.
Drive away with no money down on the hard-working 2016 Frontier King Cab, starting at just $144 per pay period. Look for no money down deals on the full line of Nissan trucks, sedans, and SUVs. Frontier King Cab, midsize truck, full-size work, starting at $144 per pay period with no money down during the spring cleaning event at Nissan Upper Tumon. Find out more at nissanguam.com.
I was walking home, just picked us up 2 breakfast croissants for $4 when this bear attacked. With one swipe, it devoured one of the croissants. Then Jack showed up and took care of the beast so I could escape.
And that's what happened to your breakfast croissant.
And yours? It survived.
Share it with yourself. Freshly cracked egg with ham and bacon or sausage. Get 2 breakfast croissants for $4.
birthday weekend.
Stay tuned. Fiesta Friday.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
All right, half a day, everybody. Now, that wonderful music could mean either one of two things. Either there's a party in League One Terrace and it's 1992, which clearly it is not, and I'm not in high school anymore, or it is Fiesta Friday, so we're going to go with the latter. Half a day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas, and we start with wonderful news about the 3rd annual Guam is Good Cancer Symposium. Very obviously, it's in its 3rd year, and it is moving to a new venue. Information for the community to use. We are welcoming Marie Calvo-Monge and Dr. Rachel Leon-Guerrero, who respectively are one of the key coordinators and giving the keynote at the address. So ladies, very nice to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you, Jason.
Okay, now Marie, we want to talk about, like I said, the venue has been changed. The format and the agenda still remains the same. It is education, it is an empowerment, and it is a sense of community for not only people that are going through cancer directly themselves, but also caretakers, family members, and people that are concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, this is the 3rd annual Guam is Good Symposium. It's a day-long event for caregivers, patients, survivors, family members, and loved ones to just get informed. And we are offering a variety of therapeutic means for them just to navigate through their cancer journey.
Mm-hmm. And the attendees in the past 2 years have been, we've had kids who know people that are suffering from cancer. We've had students that are involved, nursing students or people that just want to get involved. There are also like older people because we've had a litany of talks about, what you can do as far as planning with lawyers and like things like that, insurance and whatnot, art therapy, as you said, and everything like that. So, I mean, it really is a very worthwhile event to attend.
Yes, it definitely is. And it is free. There's something for everyone, whether you are facing a diagnosis yourself or you're a caregiver, because caregivers need therapy as well. It takes a lot of strength to help and help somebody deal with a cancer diagnosis and deal with their treatment. So I'd say the coordinating panel has lined up a variety of different therapy sessions that people will surely enjoy. I mean, everything from art therapy to emotional therapy to nutrition, wellness, yoga. There's legal sessions for estate planning and other legal matters that you may encounter during your cancer diagnosis. So something for everybody. Definitely.
And leading off, Doctor, we're glad to have you here, and we're glad to have you as part of delivering the keynote address. So what will you be touching on as part of your keynote address?
Well, thank you, Jason. So I'm going to be primarily focusing on what the University of Guam, their role in cancer research and education here on Guam. So I'm going to be talking about our NCI-funded research partnership that we have with the University of Hawaii Cancer Center, and talking, giving a little bit of facts and statistics on the state of cancer here on Guam, and then probably some of the research projects we've done, and then maybe really touch very briefly on some of the research findings that I've had I've looked at breast cancer among women, Chamorro and Filipino women here on Guam, and then also child obesity with the angle that, the best cure for cancer is prevention. And if I can, reach some of our cancer survivors and caretakers and really just emphasize the importance of prevention, and with our children, that we really need to advocate for better eating, healthy lifestyle. And that will be a great step in preventing cancer. And that's kind of my angle, is more of the academic teaching part. But it sounds great, all of the more practical stuff. So mine's going to be more of the geeky knowledge.
Well, I was really just going to say, I can greatly appreciate that, because, we here at the KUAM Care Force, volunteer to get involved and, help out administratively. I'm honored for the 3rd year to be the MC. And again, I greatly appreciate that you're delivering quantifiable data, because when you look at cancer's effect on Guam, the number of cases we have and the way it impacts our communities, the numbers truly are staggering.
It really is. And where in the United States mainland, the rate of cancer is going down and even mortality rates are going up. But here on Guam, the rates are going down in the mainland, but here on Guam, it's going up. So there is a disparity here. And that's really what we're looking at the university, is what are the root causes and factors in those disparities, and so how can we help bring those disparities down?
And probably one thing, since we are Marie, it's a free event and we're trying to get people to come out. Once again, it's going to be at the Westin on July the 2nd.
Yes.
Yeah. Is cancer is such a topic that most people don't want to even approach or address because it's so scary. Most people are like, that's, I don't even want to go there, even if it would educate me and I'd be better for it and everything like that. So why should people come out? And, they can come as groups, student groups, families, community groups.
Yeah, I think there's the educational and informative aspect of it. But what we've learned from, this is the 3rd year we've put together this symposium, and what we've learned is that it's also very cathartic. It's a day of sharing.
Yes.
For some of our attendees, it's the first time they've ever done anything as a group or met other people who are, enduring similar battles. And so the feedback that we've received is that, yes, the information is great and what they learn, but they also say, wow, it's just it's such a endearing feeling to know that there's I'm not alone. And I have this entire community of people who are here for me and understand me. And so there's a lot of sharing involved too. And I think, that's priceless. And, that's one of the great things they'll take away.
Absolutely.
And all the wonderful information from great panelists like Dr. Rachel here. So,
well, Doctor, what more types of research do we need to do on Guam? As members of academia or professionals, physicians, researchers, people in medicine. What more do we need to do to better understand cancer and hopefully continue to treat it in a more effective way and then hopefully eliminate it?
Well, we've done a lot of research now on looking at betel nut because we have the highest oral cancer rates when you look at rate-wise compared to the U.S. But one of the things that we've seen is that there's a lot of shame with cancer and a lot of fatalism, and people think that it's a punishment. If they get cancer, it's punishment from God. And so they don't go in for treatment right away, they postpone, and then that really affects their ability to get treatment and to beat cancer. So we need to take down those barriers, and we need to it would be good to do more research on what are those sociocultural factors that make people feel ashamed. And there's also even language barriers. So people don't even know that they've been diagnosed with cancer, and so they don't seek treatment until later. It's too late.
All right. Well, we do appreciate the efforts that both of you and the organizations that you represent do, and we can't wait to see you at the symposium. Once again, everybody, that's going to be at the Westin on Tumon Bay on July the 2nd, a Saturday. Show up at 8 a.m. because that is when the information panels start, and registration once again is free. We'll be back right after this.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
My name is Koji Kichicho, and I'm a student at the University of Guam. UOG isn't what I thought it would be when I was growing up. When I was in high school, all I kept hearing was, you need to go off island. You can't do the things that you want to do here on Guam. There are no good opportunities here. I challenge those opinions. I am part of a generation that defies the idea that nothing big comes from a small island. My generation dreams and achieves. Many of the business leaders, public servants, teachers, nurses, artists, and thinkers that are now revitalizing our island came from UOG. Now, I'm looking forward to completing my homegrown education and going out into the professional world saying, I'm from the University of Guam.
While hundreds of homeless seek shelter every day, when memories fade like old photographs, and families struggle to care for loved ones with special needs, as young children are caught in the storm of abuse and neglect, we are there. For over 30 years, we have helped Guam's victims of life when there was nowhere else to turn. You can help too. by giving $1 a month. God bless you.
Celebrate Red, White, and You at Pleasure Island's 4th Annual Barbecue Block Party on July 2nd in Tumon from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Bring the family and enjoy the best barbecue on Guam. Plus, witness the ultimate Grill Masters Barbecue Throwdown with live entertainment and more. This sizzling fun event is presented by the Guam Barbecue Block Party. Is a GBB signature event making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
All right, everybody, I have the best job in the world because I get to hang out with these lovely ladies who know everything under the sun about real estate, Liz and Gina from Remax Diamond Realty Guam. And ladies, you were talking the last time about the market as, in Gina's own words, being up, up, up.
Mm-hmm.
That is about as technically complicated and economic as we're ever going to get. But
so easy to understand.
yeah, perfectly stated. But but that being said, of course, from a consumer standpoint, there's always an optimal time to buy. And I know we've gotten some feedback already. People are saying, okay, so how long does the process take? And if I'm ready to buy, or if I'm interested in buying, how should I start? And how long does the process last from basically going to the bank and filing the paperwork until I have keys in hand?
Mm-hmm. Liz, you want to start?
Well, the first thing you've got to do when you're looking to buy, because we get a lot of calls, and the people who call sometimes have no clue, where do we start? What do we need to do? And they would have to at least go to the bank, get pre-qualified. At least the bank will tell you what your budget is in terms of how much can your pre-qualified amount buy you. So once you've established that, just remember also when you go to the bank, you've got to have a good credit rating, because they will do a credit check for you to determine whether you're a good prospective buyer.
And again, just so people know, to put some context on this, what makes a good credit score? Taking out loans and paying them back on time.
Paying them on time.
Not having your funds garnished.
Exactly. If you don't pay your mortgages or your credit cards, or and it shows up in a credit report, each time it dings you, it brings your credit score down. Now, a 720 on up would be considered a good score.
How about things like child support? Does that have any bearing? Or?
If they recorded it, sometimes it does show on your credit report, because if it gets reported to the credit bureau, that does show up.
But bounce checks, definitely.
That would show, because if they do a credit check and they contact all the different credit agencies, and if any of those items were reported, guarantee will show up. And that kind of puts a halt on everything. So you can't move forward if your credit is bad. So those are very critical. Your budget for what you're buying, but again, you can't move forward. You can't keep making the steps forward if your credit isn't in order. So your credit is important. And then, of course, we as realtors will assist you in that process. And then we would go over the inventory of what's available. But and the other item that is very important is, when you go to the bank, they may say there's a particular loan type that's available. And sometimes they'll say it's a rural development loan, which is 100% guaranteed. It still means you have to come out of pocket with some monies. You can't just walk in and expect to buy something with no monies down, because there are appraisal fees. So you really have to save up to get ready. And Gina will elaborate further on the other steps, but you really have to have monies out of pocket.
Gina, give me a ballpark figure, like those additional funds that we need to cover those expenses and everything. Are we talking a couple grand, 20,000? What's a range?
And as Liz mentioned, it really depends on the type of loan that you're trying to secure from the banks. So there are loan programs that will give you 100% for the purchase price. And some of those loan programs will even incorporate some of your fees into the loan itself. So depending on what you qualify for. So yes, because I always ask, what kind of loan are you planning on obtaining? And most consumers just say, well, of course I'm going to get a mortgage loan. But what they don't understand is mortgage products, there isn't just one type of product. So there's different programs. So when you go into the bank, they're going to look at your income. They're going to look at your family size. They're going to look at your status. Have you bought before or not? Are you in the military or not? And then they'll say, okay, we can offer you this program. Okay, so once you've established which loan program you're going to get, then the fees are anywhere from 4 to 6% of the amount you're going to borrow. So it's pretty easy. And you know, sometimes what I find to be odd is I've had consumers go to the bank and actually get pre-qualified. Then they'll call me and say, Gina, the bank says I qualify for 200 or 300,000, whatever the amount is. And I say, okay, now how much are you going to have to spend to get that loan? Because there is no such thing as absolutely free. So how much did they say you have to pay to get that loan? Well, they didn't say we had to pay anything. Well, yeah, there's a cost. And so we'd end up calling the bank and asking the lender, what is their out of pocket? So with the VA loan and with rural development, which is a RD loan, you know, if you're more familiar with that, you might be able to get into that loan program with as little as $3,000 out of your pocket, but you have to have that. You know, and the first step in buying real estate is you have to make an offer. And when you make the offer, you have to put what's called an earnest deposit, and that's out of your pocket. So so that's the first thing that I would recommend. If you already realize that you want, you know, you said, when's a good time? A good time is when you're ready. Everybody's ready at a different time, right? So if you've made the decision that this is a good time for you to buy real estate, the first thing you should do is start saving. And I tell my customers, listen, whatever you think you could pay per month, like if you've decided you're going to pay $1,200 a month, $2,000 a month, $1,500 a month, start putting that away. Every month, start putting that away until you find your home. Because if you could do that comfortably, perhaps you are ready.
Is there like a worksheet that you can pass on to people just so they can have like an idea?
Yes. And what we do is, if let's say a person's paying $800 or $1,200 a month, we can go into our mortgage calculator and indicate, well, what does that buy you? So if you're paying $1,200 a month, does that mean you can qualify probably for $195,000 or $200,000? So we do have a formula that we work with to assist them in that process.
All right, and of course they can contact you at RE/MAX Diamond Realty Guam
Absolutely.
anytime.
Yeah, it's detailed, so they're better off contacting us, and we could sit with each individual and go over the info.
All right, ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Trust me, everybody, it sounds like it's a very stressful time, and it can be. They take a lot of the stress away, so make sure you give them a call. We're back after this.
At IT&E, we take a different approach when it comes to data. We give you more 4G LTE data for less. Right now, take advantage of our 30 gig plan for just $50 a month. Yep, 30 gigs of 4G LTE data for just $50 a month. With 30 gigs, you get to do more of the things you want without worrying about going over your data limit or being throttled down. Download more, stream more, chat more, share more, do more with IT&E 4G LTE data.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Welcome back, everybody. Our island will be losing someone who has been a very, very good friend. His incredibly good and gracious work has benefited our island community, so it is my honor to be the member of the KUAM News team to have the last interview with Captain Mike Lucher, who is here from the Salvation Army. Cap, I know you're a very humble man, and you're like, Jason, stop with the... Stop slathering it on and everything like that. But it is good to see you once again. And
Thank you.
And let's go ahead and contextualize this for people and everything like that. You are moving on as your duties with the Salvation Army. You are moving to the Bay Area.
Yes, actually today's our last business day together, but our last final day is this Sunday, and we catch a plane on Monday, and we're on our way to San Francisco.
Well, you know, you can end your stay on Guam and you know, enjoy our island hospitality one more time. Go around the island, take a bunch of selfies, have something really good to eat. You know, watch a sunset.
Those are a lot of the things that we're going to be missing. So we really loved it here. We've been here for 4 years and just enjoyed the island culture and just the half-a-day spirit that, you know, people tend to bring, and just being a close-knit community. I think that's what we're going to miss, because everybody seems to be a lot nicer, a lot friendlier, And so we've really enjoyed our time here.
I remember it was 2012 when you first like walked into the studio. I'm like, hi, I'm Jason. It's nice to meet you and everything. And you know, but your predecessors have all had the commitment of the Salvation Army to service and to, you know, to make sure that our islands less fortunate, you know, are provided with the amenities they need and, you know, given the love and the encouragement they need. But I would say your signature stamp, if you will, and everything like that, you've brought like a certain energy and a passion and a positive spirit to your work.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
Well,
you've always flashed that $1 million smile, whatever you do, whether it's the, you know, the Thanksgiving luncheon or, you know, like fundraising or encouraging people to get involved and everything like that. You've always been such a positive role model.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And, you know, I just hope that, you know, just the experience that we've had here and just the life that God has given me, that, you know, I'm able to, you know, press that onward to our staff that we're leaving behind. And, you know, we have such a great staff and, you know, at the Salvation Army, but also not just our staff, but, you know, all the other nonprofits that we've partnered together with and to make a difference in our community. And that's what it's all about is, you know, how do we use our lives to change others? And, you know, that was the intent. And I'm just hoping that, you know, not just with our staff, but, you know, the clients and, you know, just people who have come in for services, I'm hoping that we were able to show God's love to them and how we can help each other out.
Well, trust me when I say you have certainly etched your name in, you know, the history books of Guam, and, you know, there'll be a Wikipedia page about it like somewhere. Certainly we've done like enough stories on you to make sure that, you know, your commitment and, you know, your faith, you know, to the Salvation Army continues on and is well recorded. But we would also hope that, you know, our community has made an impression on you. So what, as you move on to your next job in San Francisco, what do you take from your Guam experience and what will you remember about Guam?
Oh, I think I said it before, just the half-a-day spirit. I think people here on island are much more friendlier, especially in a larger city. You know, it's a small island comparably to a big city. And of course, you know, I just saw the commercial about the Tumon Bay barbecue, the block party.
Oh, you're gonna miss that.
Yeah, and
we'll FedEx you some. Tell you what.
And it's just those.
We'll send you a plate of ribs.
Yeah, we're just gonna miss the red rice and you know mixing calamansi with our food and just that type of atmosphere. And you're right. And I think God has blessed the islands. You know, not just here in Guam, but in throughout Micronesia, the beauty of the ocean and the beauty of the islands and the sunsets. We're just gonna miss that, and of course the warmth. It's going to be a little bit cooler where we're
literally
at,
and figuratively.
Yes, very, very true. But you know, more importantly, I think we're going to miss, especially the people that we worship with every Sunday, and it's because when we give up our spirituality and we join together, our hearts together, I think those are the people I think I'm going to miss more. And then there's other people in the community. I just called Dave Pareto today from the American Red Cross, and I wanted to make sure he knew that, you know, I thanked him for our partnership together, because it's gentlemen like Dave and everybody else who has that attitude and good spirit that I really am going to miss.
And knowing Dave, he had such a hearty laugh on the other side. Probably you had to hold the phone away from you. He's got a great laugh.
Yeah, he does. He's a wonderful gentleman, and you know, I appreciate people in our community who have accepted us of who we are and what we could bring.
Well, you're always going to be Guamanian, certainly, and you're always going to be part of the Guam family, and we are, you know, truly indebted for what you've been able to do and the message you've been able to pass on to our community about, you know, about service and about taking care of your fellow man. So are there any, let's call it like parting words and everything like that, a message you'd like to give to the community about, like, you know, what we can do to continue your good work?
Well, we have some good leadership coming in. The leaders who are replacing us, their names are Tom and Kim Stambaugh. They will be flying in on July 1st and then just taking over what we've had here on Guam and continuing the programs and not really changing anything, but you know, their hearts are more like, let's see what we can help with Guam and continue what we've already have here. And so they're wonderful people. And I just say, when I go across the island, even on Sunday mornings, I appreciate that the churches are full. and that people rely on their spirituality and look at their spirituality as important. So for the people of Guam, I just want to say, always have God's love. So love God, love life, and love others. And I just want to leave that with everyone. And
That's a perfect way of saying it. And I'm sure, you know, your successors are amazing people. I'm sure they're as dedicated as you and everything like that. But trust me when I say, you know, you left them with very big shoes to fill, but we'll take care of them for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
It was a pleasure working with you.
Oh, thank you, Jason.
Yeah, and
Appreciate
God bless and good luck to you in your next assignment.
Thank you.
All right. Please stay tuned, everybody. We are back after this.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the Fresh Garden Bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m., only at Ruby Tuesday.
Our summer clearance event is going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Now for Monday, every new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, and Hyundai in stock is priced to sell. With huge rebates and incentives, the time to buy is now. Like a new Hyundai Accent starting at just $11,995. Or a new Jeep Renegade starting at $24,495. Thinking used? Shop our huge inventory of quality pre-owned vehicles online at CarsPlusGuam.com. Don't miss out. Our summer clearance event absolutely ends Monday. Get to Cars Plus on Route 8 in Mighty today. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming, Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
All right, everybody, that is another episode of Fiesta Friday. Really enjoyed bringing it to you. Got to sit down with some really good friends and tell some interesting stories. Make sure to get out this weekend, try everything that Guam has going on. Take care, because Crystal Paca has you covered for Weekend Edition, and I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.